Hello, welcome to the Learn English Lab. Today's podcast, English Listening Practice Podcast, topic name is How to Understand Fast English Speakers. And welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your curiosity, your sources, and unearth the most compelling insights. Today we're tackling a challenge that truly resonates with so many of you, the bewildering speed of native English speakers. You know, that moment when English just seems to become an overwhelming blur of sound. Our mission today is, well, it's to give you a clear roadmap, really, to turn that blur into clear, comprehensible English. This isn't about magical solutions. It's about practical, step-by-step techniques, things designed to train your ears and sharpen your listening skills.
Indeed. And we're eager to explore not just what makes English sound fast, but why it matters so much in your life, and crucially, how you can overcome it. Our aim is for you to move beyond simply surviving fast speech to genuinely thriving in it, opening up a whole world of richer, more meaningful interactions.
Okay, let's unpack this. I think we've all been there, right? Imagine you're in the middle of a lively coffee shop conversation in New York, maybe. Or perhaps completely absorbed in your favorite American sitcom. Suddenly, the speakers around you or on screen start rattling off words at what feels like the speed of light. Sentences blur, words just mash together, and you're left nodding politely, trying desperately to catch up.
Yeah, just trying to keep your head above water.
Exactly. Whether it's the rapid-fire banter in a Hollywood movie or the enthusiastic pace of a talk show host, maybe even a colleague in a virtual meeting firing off ideas. This quick speech can transform comprehension into a really frustrating game of catch-up for so many learners.
It really can. And what's fascinating here, I think, is that mastering fast English extends far beyond just understanding words. In our deeply interconnected world, English serves as a fundamental gateway, doesn't it? A gateway to real-life interactions that profoundly shape our personal and professional lives.
That's a huge point. It's about connection, not just comprehension.
Precisely. Consider the practical implications for you. Engaging in casual chats with friends from diverse countries, effortlessly absorbing the latest news through podcasts or YouTube videos.
Right, without having to rewind constantly.
Exactly. Fully enjoying films without hitting pause every few seconds, or confidently participating in workplace discussions where swift thinking is paramount. Without this skill, you risk missing nuances, humor, or crucial details that truly enrich communication.
You miss the flavor, the real connection.
You do. You miss out on full engagement.
So let's get into the why. Why do English speakers talk so fast? I mean, are they deliberately trying to confuse us? Sometimes it feels that way.
No, not at all. It's a common feeling, but the pace isn't intentional. It's a completely natural outcome of how the language has evolved and how it functions in everyday use. At its very heart is something called connected speech.
Connected speech, okay.
Think of it this way. Words aren't isolated islands. They blend into a seamless flowing stream.
Unlike how you might learn them in a textbook, one by one.
Exactly. When spoken slowly and deliberately, like a teacher carefully enunciating for a classroom, each word is pronounced fully and distinctly. But in authentic, rapid conversation, sounds genuinely link up. The end of one word often merges with the beginning of the next, creating these linguistic shortcuts that make speech efficient.
Efficient for the speaker.
Right, efficient for the speaker, yet significantly more challenging for those unfamiliar with these patterns. It's about flow and rhythm.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting for me. These shortcuts you mentioned, they're everywhere, aren't they?
Absolutely. Contractions and reductions are prime examples. They are linguistic efficiencies that shave time off pronunciation while still conveying the identical meaning.
Like going and wanna.
Exactly. For instance, going to frequently becomes gonna, want to, shortens to wanna, and let me transforms into lemme. These aren't just slang, they're commonplace in casual English.
Part of the standard toolkit.
Completely standard. And then there are further reductions like and becoming just and fish and chips, or have to morphing into have to. You have to hurry. These expedite things even more. Picture hearing, what are you going to do?
All right.
To an untrained ear, it might sound like, what I gonna do? Turning a straightforward question into an auditory puzzle.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that. It definitely compresses things.
It does, and it's happening constantly.
And then there's the rhythm aspect you mentioned earlier. How does that fit in?
Ah, yes. That's another key factor. The intrinsic rhythm and stress patterns of English. Unlike certain languages with even syllable timing, think of Japanese, for example, English is stress-timed.
Stress-timed?
It means stressed syllables occur at fairly regular intervals, like beats in music, boom, 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 while the unstressed ones, they get compressed and spoken quickly in between.
So the important words get the beat.
Generally, yes. Common words like the and or of are often mumbled or reduced because the primary emphasis falls on the content words, the nouns, verbs, adjectives, the words carrying the main meaning. This creates a distinctive musical ebb and flow. Envision a talk show host emphasizing crucial points,
Hitting the key words.
while smoothly gliding over the connecting words. The result: speech feels quick, because so much information, especially the grammatical stuff, is conveyed within those unstressed segments. They just fly by.
So it's not just the mechanics of the language itself, but also where you hear it too. The culture and region play a part.
Indeed. Cultural distinctions play a considerable role. The pace of speech varies by region. Americans often speak with a brisk, energetic clip, maybe influenced by diverse urban environments and media like talk radio.
Right, think New York City pace.
Exactly. British English, while perhaps having a more measured rhythm sometimes, features intricate linking, for instance. Law and order often sounds like law and order. The words just melt together.
Law and order.
Australians contribute a distinct lilt, maybe incorporating rising intonation and vowel shifts that can make words like today sound like toity, all delivered at a lively tempo.
Toity. Wow.
Yeah. And Canadians might soften T's, making butter sound like butter. These variations aren't random. They are shaped by history, local environment, social norms. In multicultural settings, like global workplaces, you might even encounter a blend of these styles. Adaptability becomes absolutely essential.
So it really is a global language with lots of local flavors affecting speed and sound.
It truly is. Understanding these underlying elements demystifies fast speech. It's not about your lack of skill. It's an inherent aspect of the language's design and its global spread. With this awareness, you can begin to anticipate these patterns, transforming that initial confusion into, well, genuine curiosity.
That's a much better feeling than frustration. Okay, so if the why is connected speech, rhythm, regional variation, what's the very first step we can take to start cracking this code? Where do we begin?
The bedrock, the absolute foundation of comprehending rapid English is active listening.
Active listening, not just having it on in the background.
Definitely not. It's a deliberate and focused practice designed to build your auditory muscles over time. Passive exposure, like listening to background music, it simply won't suffice. You require intentional, concentrated sessions to retrain your brain for speed.
Okay, so how do we do that? What materials should we use?
Right. Curating your materials is key. Begin by judiciously selecting them. Talk shows or engaging general knowledge podcasts, maybe like Radiolab or similar, offer natural, diverse speech patterns. Popular sitcoms provide conversational dialogue at realistic paces. Think Modern Family or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Video blogs from creators or TED Talks on video platforms deliver authentic, unscripted English.
So a mix of formal and informal.
Exactly. The key is variety. Blend formal content like news broadcasts with informal, such as stand-up comedy, to accurately mirror real-world exposure.
Got it. And how long should we listen for an entire show?
No, definitely start small. Focus on brief clips to prevent overwhelm. Aim for segments of maybe 30 to 60 seconds.
Just a minute max. Why so short?
Because your attention span is finite, especially when concentrating hard, bite-sized pieces facilitate deep analysis without inducing fatigue. Select a clip, perhaps a monologue from a comedian elaborating on a joke, or a short news report.
Okay, short clips, then what? Just listen over and over.
Use a multi-pass approach. Listen once for the primary idea. What is the overarching topic? Don't stress over granular details just yet. Get the gist.
Okay, first pass, main idea.
Second pass. Actively search for specific information. Who is involved? What is happening? Where is it taking place? Find the key details.
Second pass, specifics.
Then for the third time, pinpoint any difficult words or phrases and don't hesitate to pause and replay as frequently as needed. This is where you really dig in.
Pause and replay is okay. Encouraged even.
Absolutely encouraged. That's the active part.
What about subtitles and transcripts? Friend or foe?
They were invaluable allies, but deploy them strategically.
Strategically.
On your initial listen, try without them. Really push your ears. Then activate English subtitles to bridge any comprehension gaps. See what you missed. Tools like streaming services, subtitle features, or podcast apps with integrated transcripts make this process seamless.
Right. So for instance, watching a quick scene from, say, The Good Place without subtitles might leave you puzzled by the fast philosophical banter. But with them, you can visually observe how I'm going to or sort of matches the audio slur. You connect the sound and the text.
Precisely. And the goal is to gradually wean yourself off them as your confidence in auditory recognition strengthens.
Use them less and less over time.
Exactly. And this active listening isn't just passive absorption, it's active engagement. After each session, try summarizing aloud what you understood.
Talk it out.
Yes. This practice solidifies comprehension and reveals any blind spots. Over several weeks, you'll begin to discern patterns. Specific reductions will recur, your ear will attune more quickly. Just commit to maybe 15-20 minutes daily. Consistency unequivocally surpasses sporadic marathon sessions. Before long, that initial fog will lift, unveiling clearer speech.
15-20 minutes a day. That sounds manageable. Okay, so once our ears are a bit more trained through active listening, what's next? You mentioned reductions and linking earlier. That sounds like the actual mechanics we need to understand.
Exactly. Once your ears are sufficiently warmed up, it's time to confront the mechanics of rapid speech directly. Those reductions and linking sounds. These are the linguistic adhesive, the glue that holds connected speech together. Mastering them empowers you to decipher what might initially sound like pure gibberish.
Right, turning gibberish into patterns.
Precisely. Let's revisit reductions. We talked about gonna, wanna. Other pervasive examples include did you transforming into did ya.
Did you eat?
Perfect. Have to morphing into have to.
Have to go.
Right. And kind of reducing to kinda.
It's kind of late.
Exactly. These aren't exceptions. They're the norm in fast, natural speech.
And linking. Remind me how that works again.
Linking occurs when words seamlessly overlap, particularly a consonant sound at the end of one word flowing into a vowel sound at the beginning of the next. Remember, put it on. It often sounds like putidon.
Putidon, yeah.
Similarly, an apple links as an apple. The boundary just dissolves.
An apple, okay.
Or turn off becomes turn off. The sound carries over smoothly.
So how do we practice recognizing and maybe even using these?
Great question. Start by compiling a list of maybe 20, 30 common reductions and linking examples from reputable language resources or websites. Then actively listen for them in your practice materials. Search on video platforms for English reductions explained or connected speech practice. And crucially, repeat after the speaker.
Mimic them.
Yes. This is where shadowing truly shines. It's a technique where you meticulously mimic the speaker in real time or maybe just slightly after them, pausing the audio only when you need to breathe.
Shadowing. Okay, tell me more about that technique.
Start slowly. Play a sentence at its natural speed, then shadow it, prioritizing the rhythm and flow over perfect articulation initially. Get the music of it first.
Rhythm over perfection.
At the start, yes. Tools like audio editing software, even free ones, allow you to record your voice and overlay it onto the original. You can then compare them side by side.
Oh, that's smart. So you can actually hear the difference.
Precisely. It gives you direct feedback.
And the benefit of all this shadowing and listening for links and reductions is?
The immense benefit here is anticipation. Once these patterns become familiar, one no longer registers as confusing noise. Your brain learns to predict it, effortlessly filling in the gaps.
So you hear the start of it, and your brain expects the rest.
Exactly. In a rapid conversation, hearing "what do you think" will instantly cue "what do you think" without you consciously breaking it down. It becomes automatic.
That sounds like a huge leap in comprehension speed.
It is. So dedicate specific sessions to this. Maybe 10 minutes to listing or reviewing reductions, followed by 10 minutes of active shadowing. Practice with dialogues, shadow scenes from films with quick banter. Over time, this process internalizes these patterns, making quick speech feel predictable rather than chaotic. You'll be linking words like a native in no time.
Internalizing the patterns. I like that. Now, I've always thought vocabulary was mainly for reading or speaking, having the words to express myself. But you're saying it's actually a secret weapon for listening to fast English. That's intriguing.
Indeed. Vocabulary isn't solely confined to reading or speaking. It is, in fact, a secret weapon for comprehending rapid English. When words are spoken at speed, a robust mental dictionary empowers you to recognize them instantaneously. This significantly reduces your cognitive load. If you already know the word well, your brain doesn't have to work hard decoding the sounds, it just clicks.
So less mental energy spent on figuring out what the word is.
Exactly. And why is this so important for speed? Fast speech inherently relies on contextual clues. Isolated words are rare. If your vocabulary is restricted, you'll inevitably falter on unfamiliar words, causing you to miss the overall flow, but strategically expanding it will cause your comprehension to surge. Prioritize high-frequency words first, those within the top 1,000, like however, actually, instead, probably. They appear constantly in spoken English.
Focus on the most common ones first. Makes sense. But what about phrases?
This is crucial. Shift your focus to collocations and word chunks. These are prepackaged phrases that native speakers use holistically, like building blocks.
Word chunks, like what?
Phrases like at the end of the day, meaning ultimately.
Okay.
Kind of like introducing examples, filling pauses or checking understanding. On the other hand, contrasting ideas. These chunks are pronounced as unified units in rapid speech. And importantly, they often undergo reduction themselves. Think kind of like, or a thin dove day.
A thin dove day. Right. So you hear it as one blob of sound almost.
Exactly. Learning these as complete wholes means recognizing a thin dove day as one familiar concept rather than fragmenting it into 5 individual words. It's much more efficient for your brain.
That's a real game changer for processing speed. How do we build up this library of chunks?
Build this through immersive practice. Read transcripts of fast-paced talks or general discussion deep dives and highlight these recurring chunks. Utilize flashcard applications, maybe Anki or Quizlet, with integrated audio clips to reinforce them. Hear piece of cake within its context, then repeat it.
Hear it, see it, say it.
Precisely. And practice by predicting. Listen to a short audio clip, pause, and attempt to guess the next chunk of words based on the context.
Like if someone says, we need to weigh the pros and, you might predict cons.
Exactly. In a business deep dive, after hearing, despite the challenges, you might anticipate, we managed to. This predictive practice trains your brain to think ahead.
How many should we aim for?
Aim to learn maybe 10, 15 new items weekly, could be single words or chunks, reviewing them daily. Consistency is key for retention, the immense payoff. This educated guessing becomes second nature. In a rapid talk, hearing sort of seamlessly blended into the next word won't derail you. You'll latch onto the familiar phrase and effortlessly continue tracking the meaning. Vocabulary building transforms listening from word hunting into meaning grasping.
Making even the fastest speakers accessible. I see that now. Okay. But English isn't just one sound, is it? It's a whole world of accents. How does that factor into understanding fast speakers? Seems like another layer of difficulty.
It absolutely is another layer, and a vital one to address. English is far from monolithic. It's a rich global tapestry of accents, each possessing its own unique tempo and linguistic quirks. American English might clip vowels briskly. British received pronunciation often flows with precise linking, while Australian English frequently add a bouncy, upbeat rhythm. Ignoring this diversity means limiting yourself to only one flavor you need to practice broadly for true adaptability.
So why do different accents pose such a challenge, especially with speed?
Well, pronunciation itself varies considerably. We mentioned Americans saying schedule for schedule, while Brits say schedule. Australians might flatten A sounds, so dance sounds like dance. Canadians often soften T's to beads, making butter sound like butter. Beyond sounds, the pace also diverges. New Zealanders might draw leisurely, while speakers from India often infuse a rhythmic energy influenced by multilingual backgrounds. Even within the US or UK, you have huge regional variations in speed and pronunciation.
So it's vowel sounds, consonant sounds, rhythm, pace, lots of variables. How do we get exposure to all of this?
Broad exposure is absolutely critical. You need to diversify your resources intentionally. For American accents, try publicly funded news deep dives or classic animated sitcoms. For British, tune into national news broadcasts or acclaimed detective series. For Australian, maybe consider children's animated shows or interviews with prominent actors from the region. For Canadian, explore popular comedies.
And beyond those main ones.
Definitely incorporate global Englishes. Via international news interviews, maybe from channels like France 24 English or DW News, or vlogs from Southeast Asian creators. Get a taste of English from Singapore, India, the Philippines.
How should we approach listening to these different accents?
Start with just 1 to 2 minutes per accent daily, applying the active listening principles from phase 1. Don't try to master them all at once. Cultivate adaptability by noting these differences. Maybe keep a listening journal.
Journaling the differences, like how water sounds different.
Exactly. Note the American water versus the British wata. Practice shadowing across various accents too, even if it feels strange at first. This trains your auditory flexibility. Over time, your ear will adjust, and a fast-speaking Australian deep dive host won't faze you after ample exposure. In our interconnected global environment, this comprehensive approach prepares you for pretty much any English speaker.
Building global ears. I like it. Okay, this next step sounds a bit counterintuitive for learners, maybe even radical. Don't try to catch every word. Isn't that the goal?
It's such an important mindset shift. And yes, it feels counterintuitive, but perfectionism is truly the enemy of progress when it comes to understanding rapid English. Think about it. Even native speakers themselves frequently miss individual words in everyday conversations. Someone mumbles, there's background noise, yet they maintain understanding through contextual clues.
Okay, so natives don't catch everything either. That's comforting.
Not always, no. So you must shift your mindset. Aim for the general meaning, the gist, rather than striving for absolute granularity. Trying to catch every single the or a is exhausting and unnecessary.
Focus on the bigger picture, the main message.
Exactly. Prioritize grasping the overall meaning first. In a fast-paced film scene, focus on comprehending the primary emotion or key plot point, not every single adjective. Remember, keywords, the nouns and main verbs carry roughly 80% of the communicative load. In a sentence like, the meeting was canceled because of the storm, hone in on meeting, canceled, and storm.
Meeting cancels the storm.
But
Got it.
context naturally fills in the remaining details. Severe weather certainly implies a disruption. Your brain does this automatically if you let it.
So how do we train that skill of filling in the blanks? Trusting our intuition more.
You can actively train your ability to fill in the blanks. Try listening to audio where parts are deliberately garbled or muffled. Some apps might help. Or you could even try listening with slight background noise and then inferring the missing information. Alternatively, midway through a clip, cover the subtitles if you're using them, and attempt to predict what comes next based on context. This actively builds your predictive brain power.
Like predicting the next word chunk we talked about earlier.
Precisely. Research from linguists clearly shows that experienced listeners employ top-down processing, using prior knowledge and context to anticipate and predict speech, rather than just relying on bottom-up sound decoding.
Top-down versus bottom-up. Interesting.
Practice this approach in realistic scenarios. During a deep dive, make a mental note of 3 to 5 keywords per segment, then summarize what you heard. It is perfectly acceptable to misfunction words like the or and their grammatical glue, not core content. This reduces anxiety, allowing you to relax into the flow. Gradually, you will find yourself catching more information without conscious effort, transforming partial understanding into more complete comprehension.
Relaxing into it. That seems key. Okay, we live in an age of incredible technology. What tools can we use to make this process easier, to really enhance our learning journey?
Oh, technology is a massive help here. It democratizes listening practice, allowing you to precisely control the pace and access a wealth of aids specifically tailored for learners. Start with speed adjustment features. Most video platforms, YouTube included, have playback speed controls. The 0.75x playback option slows down fast videos without distorting the audio too much.
So listen at 0.75x first.
Yes, listen at that reduced speed to meticulously unpack reductions and linking, really hear how sounds merge, then gradually ramp back up to 1x normal speed. Many media players and podcast apps offer similar controls.
That ability to slow down without making it sound like a robot seems crucial. What about more specialized tools?
Specialized language tools significantly amplify this. Certain platforms like LingQ or ReadLang allow you to import audio or text with clickable transcripts, highlighting unfamiliar words and linking to dictionaries. Dedicated speaking apps like Elessay Speak can analyze your pronunciation through shadowing exercises, giving instant feedback on your mimicry, even comparing it to native speed and intonation.
Feedback on shadowing. That's useful.
Very. And many popular podcast apps like Pocket Casts or Overcast include transcripts and variable speed settings directly within their interface, making practice very convenient.
What about tools for finding examples of words or phrases in context?
Right. For truly immersive practice, consider video platforms like FluentU with interactive subtitles, or Youglish. Youglish lets you search for specific phrases within millions of YouTube clips. You can hear how, on the other hand, is actually said by dozens of different speakers.
Wow, hearing it in multiple real contexts.
Exactly. Dedicate specific time daily, maybe 10 minutes at a slowed speed focusing on mechanics, followed by 10 minutes at a normal pace challenging your comprehension. Technology acts as a crucial bridge, building your stamina until normal listening speed begins to feel entirely natural.
Technology is a bridge. Great analogy. Okay, theory is one thing, but nothing beats real-life practice, right?
Right.
How do we get that crucial human interaction to put all these skills to the test?
Precisely. Theory unequivocally meets reality in live practice. Nothing hones your rapid listening skills quite like unscripted, spontaneous conversation. You have to dive in. Actively seek out language exchange partners. Various mobile apps like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with native speakers worldwide for free. Online tutoring platforms like italki or Preply offer dedicated conversation tutors for more structured practice. Numerous online communities, perhaps on Discord or Reddit, also host voice chats specifically for language learners. There are many options out there.
And when we're in these conversations, it can be intimidating.
It can be, but embrace the natural flow. And importantly, do not hesitate to ask, could you please repeat that? Or, sorry, what did you mean by? Native speakers genuinely appreciate your effort and will readily rephrase or slow down a bit. They want to communicate with you.
So it's okay to ask for clarification. We shouldn't feel bad about it.
Not at all. It's part of the learning process. Build your confidence incrementally. Begin with low-stakes topics like hobbies, food, travel, and gradually progress to more complex discussions or friendly debates as you feel more comfortable.
Start simple, build up. What about reviewing these calls?
If permissible, and if the platform allows, recording your calls for later review can be very beneficial. Replay any rapid segments to thoroughly analyze what was actually said using the techniques we've discussed. Aim for maybe weekly 30-minute sessions. This effectively simulates real-world workplaces or social gatherings. This process actively desensitizes you to speed, making authentic English far less intimidating. You're not just listening, you are actively participating. That's the key distinction.
Active participation. Makes sense. Now, even with all these great strategies, are there common traps learners fall into that we should try to avoid?
Yes, even the most diligent students frequently stumble on certain common pitfalls. Avoiding these can significantly streamline your progress. Firstly, as we touched on, over-relying on subtitles.
The subtitle trap.
Exactly. They can act as a crutch, spoon-feeding you information and ultimately stunting your crucial ear training. Limit their use to initial exposures or checking specific points, then consistently force yourself to practice audio only.
Okay, ditch the subtitles as soon as possible. What else?
Secondly, attempting word-for-word translation in your head as you listen.
Trying to translate everything.
Yes. Rapid English frequently defies this approach. Idiomatic phrases like hit the nail on the head or bite the bullet lose all their meaning when translated literally. Focus instead on grasping the idiomatic sense, the overall idea. Translation just adds an extra slow step.
Focus on the meaning, not the individual words translation. Got it. Any other major pitfalls?
Thirdly, quitting too soon. Listening stamina builds slowly and incrementally. It's like physical exercise.
Getting discouraged easily.
Right. A challenging deep dive segment might genuinely require 5, 6, even more replays for full comprehension. Persist. Giving up prematurely only reinforces feelings of frustration and hinders progress. Each replay builds the skill. Other common traps include ignoring the diversity of accents, sticking only to American English, for example, limits your versatility, or neglecting output, meaning not practicing speaking, which is essential for reinforcing what you hear and learn.
So avoid subtitles too much, don't translate word for word, don't get up easily, embrace accents, and practice speaking too.
That sums it up well. Spot these mistakes, adjust your approach, and you'll observe your improvement soar.
We've covered so much. This has been incredibly detailed. But for those who want to truly accelerate their journey to really supercharge their progress, what are some final powerful tips?
Okay, to truly accelerate your progress, integrate these habits consistently into your routine. First, daily listening. We mentioned 15-20 minutes, but even just 10 minutes of daily, consistent listening compounds significantly over time. Find content you genuinely enjoy to sustain motivation music, podcasts, audiobooks.
And make it enjoyable.
Absolutely. Second, actively shadow dialogues. Select short exchanges from deep dives or shows, repeat them verbatim, mimicking the rhythm and intonation patterns. This active production really solidifies the listening. Third, self-record and compare. Mimic a native speaker's audio clip, record yourself, then play back your recording right after the original. Actively tweak your intonation and pronunciation based on what you hear. Be your own coach.
Listen, record, compare, adjust.
Precisely. Fourth, maintain that listening journal we discussed. Log any new reductions, word chunks, or insights about accents you encounter. Review it weekly to track your growth and reinforce learning. And finally, incorporate variety and set goals. Alternate your solo practice with engaging group calls or language exchange sessions. Set and track specific milestones like understanding a full 5-minute news report without subtitles. These strategic tweaks make practice efficient and rewarding.
Fantastic tips. Daily listening, shadowing, recording, journaling. variety and goals. That's a powerful combo. What an incredible deep dive. We've journeyed through the complexities of fast English, from connected speech and reductions to tackling diverse accents, and explored a wealth of practical strategies. It feels like we've really built a comprehensive toolkit today.
I think so too. Understanding rapid English speakers is unequivocally a journey, not a sprint. It's rooted in consistent, targeted practice. From decoding connected speech to enthusiastically embracing different accents and engaging in real conversations, each individual step builds towards effortless comprehension. Your progress might seem slow initially, maybe frustrating,
It often does.
but a movie scene that completely baffled you yesterday could suddenly click into place tomorrow. Your brain is constantly working in the background, making those connections. Every replay, every shadowing attempt, every conversation undeniably counts. They layer your skills until fast speech begins to feel like a gentle, clear stream, not a confusing flood. Stay incredibly encouraged.
That's great encouragement.
The day will assuredly come when you laugh at a rapid joke without needing subtitles, join a debate seamlessly, or savor a full deep dive in its entirety. You now possess all the essential tools, so go forth and dive in. Your fluent ear eagerly awaits.
Wonderful. We hope this deep dive has given you everything you need to feel more confident and capable. If you found this discussion valuable, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you these deep dives into fascinating topics.